Hello, it's me RJ, and today is a good day. It's a hard day, but it's a good day. Yesterday I decided to look deeper. I've spent a lot of time looking at my life, looking at my relationships, but with me starting my course, it was time for me to look at my anxiety. So, thank you guys for joining me in another day, or another day in the journey of my mental health. Today is day 9, looking anxiety in the eye. Good morning. So as I said yesterday, I chose to look deeper. I needed to start looking at my anxiety. My course started, so with that, I'm now actively taking the steps that I need to build those skills in the anxiety that I face on a day-to-day basis. So with that, majority of my day was very similar to the last days. I woke up, I shot my video, had a couple of conversations with some people, replied to people chatted with some people that reached out to me over the day on YouTube and Facebook, and took the dog for a walk, did a lot of gardening, barbecued an awesome supper, hung out with my wife in the evening. Overall, it was a really good day, because over the last week I've really found at least a couple things that are really good at not as calming my brain. Things like gardening, where I can really focus on it, and I find it's something that's calming enough that I can really think about one thing and properly think about one thing. But speaking of thinking, yesterday I was at a loss for words in the positive word for dwell, and a friend of mine came up with a few, and they hit the nail on the head. With anxiety, we dwell. It's one of the biggest issues, one way or another, right? Every situation we look at it, and we tend to end up running over all of the bad ways that it could go. So I'm now going to say that I evaluate things, because evaluate is when you begin dwelling on something, and in the end it's a positive thought. So my evaluation was, I spent the day thinking about everything that was on my mind as it came up, but I made a point of not looking at the end of it and just going through it, right? Not looking at what, in a conversation, maybe what the person would say to me, but what I would say to them. I looked at lots of the harder, times I've had in the last couple weeks, and I really focused on the strength I gained from it, and where I triumphed over, how I ended up in a, pool of sweat in the end, or whatever it is. And this has become very good for me, because I think one way or another, people's brains always think about what's going on in their life. And I think one of my issues, and a lot of people that struggle with mental illness, is that we always focus on the negative of it. So yeah, as I said, anytime that we're looking deep into ourselves, it's going to be a little hard. We're going to come to some realizations, but ultimately at the end, as I said, I didn't dwell all day yesterday. I evaluated all day yesterday, and that's why it's a hard day, but a good day. A little bit of I guess what I'm working on specifically, as I said, and I don't want to get too much into it, because guys, I don't want people taking tips and things from my course. If I say anything on here in accordance to my course, I'd like you guys not to try these things. A lot of warnings that I'm getting is that, especially off the start, as you're looking in and starting to analyze your anxiety, it's something that needs to be done before you're able to build the tools to cope with it. So I have been warned that the next couple weeks could be pretty hard for me. But remember, guys, too, I have therapists that I have through this course. I have my own therapist I'm updating. I have my doctor I'm updating. So I have the people there to ensure that I have the proper medical support. And I've already built that group of people on the other end that I need my personal support. So I have the people there to catch me and support me if I fall while I'm doing this. Basically what it explains is that anxiety has three different parts of your anxiety. There's bad thoughts, there's bad behaviors, and there's your physical symptoms. And as much as they're all different for every case, and they all work off each other, and the basic idea of it is that one of them triggers another, which then in turn triggers the first one, and that's basically how a panic attack or the anxiety attacks start, and so forth. So starting with that, they're asking us to look into that. So I'm really, all I'm doing is right now, a lot of it is thinking about my panic attacks and how they physically hurt me and how they physically affect me, and what kind of things I'm thinking about while I'm doing it. What types of things do I find myself falling to comfort myself and my actions, and whether those are positive and negative. So and as I said again, and I'm going to say it again, it does warn very much that the first couple weeks of this can be very, very hard, because to build the skills that we need to battle our mental illness, we need to understand it, and unfortunately right now I need to understand it before I can build those skills. So but yeah, I have those people there and I'm comfortable doing it. So yeah, as I said, it's a good day to bad day. Yesterday was a lot of ups and downs. Nothing really high, no major attacks or anything, but definitely a wave of looking into it and getting a little stressed and following those symptoms, and then making sure that I don't go too far down that rabbit hole that I can't bring myself out. And you know what, if I do, well, it'll be a hard experience, but it'll be a learning experience ultimately. But today as well, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus on that. With that, guys, thanks again for joining me. Another day in my journey in mental health. If you found this useful, like it and share it, guys. Right? This is all about talking about it too, right? It's about me talking about it. It's about me giving a way to share it with you, and ultimately it's a way that hopefully it gives some other people the courage or the ability to talk about it as well. But with that, I've done a lot of thinking on myself yesterday. I did a lot of it in my brain, so today it's time to take that cycle and take those symptoms and take them out of my brain and put them on paper. So today I'm going to look my anxiety in the eye. Thanks again, guys, for joining me. It's been it's been a wild journey, but it's been great, and having you guys here has been excellent. You guys have an awesome day. Hello, it's me, RJ. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, and follow these YouTube videos. It's been awesome. You guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.